Good morning. As promised, I am back here. Gonna drop into a heart practice. And is the seat wet? No, good. Gonna drop into a little heart practice this morning. And this is part of the lead up to the 12/12 portal in preparation for the solstice. And holy guacamole, we had the biggest solar flare on 11/11 after two other really massive ones. And that has actually triggered what they call the Earth event. Where there's a lot of magnetic energy, a lot of geomagnetic storms have started off the back of it. And yeah, it is something that hasn't happened in the Earth sphere since 2006. So if you're feeling really tired, if you're feeling dehydrated, if you're feeling a bit anxiety, nervous energy, that could be why. So it's even more important to drop into the heart practice. So let's just close our eyes down for a moment and take a nice big deep breath in through the nose and out with a sigh. Breathing in through the nose and out with a sigh. Getting into the back of the neck, that vagal nerve, vagal tone happening. And then just focusing your attention into the center of your chest as you breathe in. And breathe out slowly now, twice or three times as slow as you usually would, intending to connect into our divine heart technology today, and invoking and inviting our multidimensional mastery or our higher dimensional aspects of being to guide our way, all of our divine entourage and every other support that we have from the expanded level of consciousness. And so as we do this, we breathe into the heart space, and breathe out gently and slowly. We're also going to start to bring on that coherent space between the brain and the heart. And as we do this, it's just a simple appreciation. What is something that you can appreciate in your life right now, in this moment? And I always tend to think of something that makes me smile too. It's a really easy go-to to get into your heart space. And as you do this, you're continuing that nice in and out breath, nice and slow. Because even just the minor 7 to 10 breaths of this actually makes a difference. But if you can do it for even longer, just dropping into like a few minutes of this, then you really are starting to entrain your field to your heart for the day. And so just tuning into whatever it is you can appreciate while you're focused into your heart space, whether you've got your hand there or you've got your attention there, or your awareness. I always like to close my eyes, but you can do this eyes open as well. Absolutely. And so as we do this, we just have invoked and invited our multidimensional mastery forth. When you command your field, it means that aspects of you can show up through your day to assist from the high dimensional levels. And it means we're not overridden by the lower level being of our mind and personality self, who will override with the free will. And so what's super important about what is happening right now is we've been blasted with a huge solar flare, and it's incredibly important just to not make anything that comes up in this moment about anything at all. Because when we do, we literally attach and entrain energy to that space. So we don't want to do that. We actually just want to be aware of, acknowledge, and allow it to flow through. Just noticing stuff that comes up, because we're all being, as I said yesterday, pushed and squeezed, and the stuff is coming out of the depth because we're being blasted with light. And in that, we're going through all of our own recalibration. And so let's do a little practice of recalibration today. And I invite you to, as you have gotten into this heart space and we've been getting into coherence, now I want you to imagine yourself, your heart, in one side of a figure 8 loop. And I want you to place a situation or a person or something that's bothering you. Maybe even it's just a belief system or a pattern within you that you are finding it really hard to get out of, or maybe it's rearing its head during this time of a huge amount of intense energy as we move to the back of this year. And so if you can just imagine placing that in the other side of the figure eight. And I like to make the figure eight in a violet colour, which is the colour of purification. We use violet light to cleanse water and all of that. And so place whatever it is in one side of the figure eight with you. So you're just gently tracing this figure eight of light. And this is the infinity loop, of course, but it's just a really easy way to start harmonizing energy between two things. And so you've got yourself in figure eight, and maybe you just want to place, an aspect of you in the other side of the figure eight. We're all just here shifting, lifting, and changing from the inside out. And so we come across the stuff that's lying around, the stuff that's buried in the subconscious or the unconscious. And if we can just allow ourselves to take even a few minutes, like we're doing right now, to drop into the energy to assist ourselves in our recalibration process in the moment, then we're really just doing wonders. So by just staying squarely in the heart space, and I know everyone thinks it's all fluffy rainbows and bunnies and like lovey-dovey stuff with the heart, but it's not. It is a gangster technology that is so badass that we should all be using it, and really getting into that space, because this is where we can unlock the multidimensional layers of life. This is where we can unlock all of this information that is littered through this reality, because what's happening is it's intersecting in all of these multidimensional intersect points that are interdimensional information for you to tap into for your personal message for you right now. So much going on in the layers, in the build up to this end of this 2025, this 9-year. So if you're in the deep purge, just go with it. Use these little practices of dropping into the heart. And as I said, I'll be here every day until 12:12 around this time, to do a little mini heart practice and just to do a little bit of processing or whatever is I'm inspired to do that day. So even in just the couple of minutes that we just did there, that is enough to literally create change within you. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to be like, a multidimensional expert or anything, to be just working with your own energy signature. And that's the beauty. It's actually way more simple than you think. And you actually know how to do this, because this is not your first rodeo on this planet. Telling you that right now. So use this influx of light right now to help you maybe come into awareness about something going on in your life that needs attention. Maybe to come into recognition of some blind spots that might be lying around. Maybe just to shine the path forward, or maybe to shine into that density that's lying around in the layers that just wants to move and shift, so that we can create space to move into that which is meant for us. So that's my little JoJo dose of wisdom for today, with a little heart practice. And I look forward to seeing you here again mañana. Mwah.